So what are your marketing funnel? Remember that I said talk about the marketing aspect of your growth process. We're going to talk about marketing funnel and how to go about it. So I don't know if some of you have seen this, but it's like a thing in the digital transformation world where you have to know that your customer journey will always start from awareness up until consideration and up until conversion. Now, what does this really mean? I mean, we've seen this a lot. We've heard a bit about it, but I'm going to do a breakdown of it. Now, you're on Instagram and you look at a product you want to buy. Say, for instance, I'm a lady, so I probably see a nice bag that I want to purchase. I would always look at it like over and over and over and over again. Now, I'm going to give you a perfect example. So there was a particular shoe I had seen on Instagram. It was on a business owner's story, and then I saw it. Now that was the awareness, and I have this habit of the fact that I purchase things very quickly. So I had to begin to work on myself. So I told myself that until after 72 hours, if I'm still thinking about purchasing it, then I'll maybe make a move. I'll consider purchasing it. So it's come to my awareness by seeing it on a story like an ad. And then I chose to calm down about it and not make a purchase. But then the way the algorithm works is that the minute I see it, I start seeing it all around me. So I start thinking about it, I start seeing it everywhere. So the awareness keeps coming to me that, okay, I really want to get the shoes. And then I begin to consider it. So me considering it is then I went to the business owner's, Instagram page. And then I chatted her up to know how much it costs and if it's still available and all of that. And then she had told me that it wasn't available. However, it will be coming in, say, next week. And then, of course, when it came in next week, she helped me. She gave me prompt to let me know it's already available, and of which I got converted. I did the purchase of the shoe. Another example, which I always tell business owner, is this. One of the things that helps you as a business owner, especially for those of you who sell products, in how to catch awareness, consideration, and conversion, is this. Now, if you have goods coming in, say the following week or 2 weeks, now you can put them up on your stories, for instance, on Facebook story, on Instagram story, to say that, okay, I have this product coming in. I have it in this color. So let's use a shoe, for instance. I have a wedge shoe. It's going to come in pink and blue. So you have a color of this or that. So it's called the this or that campaign. So you have it in pink or you have it in blue. Now you have not made the purchase. You are only trying to test your audience to see what they really like before you make your purchase. So you're not buying things that your audience doesn't really need. So you do a this or that on your stories, for instance, and then have your audience pick which one they like the most. Now, the minute they pick, so I'm sure some of us have done this or that, or ask question on this or that on Instagram or on Facebook. Now, when you do that, when you put your shoes on the colors, if you put one shoe A, let's not use color, let's use two different shoes. You put shoe A and shoe B, and then you're able to know from the customers' feedback that most of them, say 70% of them or 80% of them, actually want shoe B. You can then know what to get. Now, it has come into their awareness, not just in the fact that they saw it, but also in the fact that they considered it by actually telling the business which one they want, which means they have a say in what the business owner sells, which is like getting to consideration. So you considered by engaging to say, oh, I prefer shoe B to shoe A. Now, and then when you pick that, everybody just moves on. I know we all move on from, oh, I chose shoe B, so that's it, and I move on. However, as a business owner, you have to know that the people that actually engage with your content, you ought to reach out back to them, because guess what? They are considering it. They haven't converted, but they are considering it, which simply means that you should chat each and every one of them up, no matter how many they are, to say, this shoe is coming in next week. Would you be wanting it? Would you consider it? This is how much it will cost, or how much, whatever it is. But I always tell people, I always tell businesses, especially growing businesses, that I don't like to say small businesses because I believe everybody is growing. I tell growing businesses that when they do that, when people actually choose which they want, ensure to do a follow-up with them to say, okay, this is coming in. Do you want to make an order so that when it comes in, I can keep yours separately? Do you want to do a pre-order? I hope everybody's clear on that. So always ensure to follow up, because that's also like a growth test for you. It's an hypothesis. See if that works. On the other hand, you can just, get their emails as well to say, okay, send a newsletter to let them know the goods that are coming, and people can engage with it. So now they have considered it by, clicking on it, follow up with them to say, ask them for a pre-order. Would they mind pre-ordering these shoes? And then you can know those who will then convert into sales. So I have a formula that I use at Grow Tribe. We have a formula that we use at Grow Tribe Africa. It's called lifetime value, which is equals to, say, unique values and conversion rates, which means that if 1,000 people actually see the shoes and say 100 of them actually clicked on the one that they prefer, it means that you've had a bit of consideration, which means that you have 100 people who are potentially interested, which means that you have 100 people who are considered this shoe. Now remember that you have 1,000 people who saw the shoe, and out of that 1,000 people, you have a consideration of 100 people, and at the very least, 10 of them should make a purchase. 10 of them should make a purchase. So that is how you have to think about your marketing funnel, which means that if you want to make, say, 100K, it means that how many people do I need to look at what I'm talking about? How many of them will convert, and how many of them will consider, and how many of them will convert? So for instance, if my conversion at the end of the day will be 10 people and I want to make 100K, that means that my product is probably 10K, 10,000 maybe Naira, dollar, or I don't know the other currency. So what you need to do is say that, okay, I want to make 100K in the next, quarter or in the next year. How do I do this? I need to ensure that 10 or 20 people look at purchases my products. Now, if they are going to purchase my products, how many people do I need to consider my products? Then how many people do I need to be aware of my products? This is called growth marketing re-engineering. It's re-engineering your numbers to say that, okay, I want to make this amount. How many people do I need to purchase? So from those that purchase, how many people will actually engage with the product, and then how many people will be aware? That is the backwards, going from the bottom up. But then coming from top down, we say that, okay, we need 1,000 people to be aware of this product, to see this product continuously, say 3 or 5 times. We need, say, 100 people. And this is worst case scenario, guys, is the list is, say, 1,000 people to see the product, 100 of them to actually consider the product, and 10 of them to actually make the purchase. And if my product is 10,000, for instance, it's 10 times the 10, which makes my 100K. So guys, I want you to actually have that type of good mindset in everything you do with your business, with all of your initiatives, with all of your results, with the objectives you're trying to achieve as well. All right, so make your target audience aware of your business, like we said. Get your target audience to consider buying your product or service, which is the consideration, like I've explained. I've given the perfect example of the top to bottom and bottom to up analysis, and then get your target audience to take certain action. I've used sales as a conversion this time. So from what I just spoke about and the examples I gave, think about your business and how you want to be able to run your marketing funnel. So questions to ask yourself are, how do you drive awareness about your business, and what else could you do? Another question you should ask yourself is, how do I move customers from awareness to consideration? How do I get them interested? I've given a perfect example of the This or That campaign. Thirdly, how do you move customers from consideration then to conversion? And what else could you do? The workbook is in the chat box. If you can just click on it, you could go to the workbook or the chat box to help you, understand and do your exercises better.